channel. Today I'm here with a very exciting video. I want to share with you my favorite perfumes to wear in the spring. So guys, in the springtime the weather is warming up, but it's still not very hot. There's still a coolness in the air, you know, it's kind of crisp. So I wanted to pick perfumes that work really well with spring weather. I am so done with winter, you guys. Is any one of you feeling the same way? I mean, especially with quarantine, and we're trapped in the house most of the time anyway, and you know, it's winter outside, it's not even nice to go out. We've been having a few warmer days lately, so I'm very excited for spring. So without further delay, let's get into these perfumes. So my first pick for springtime, you guys, is Florabotanica by Balenciaga. This fragrance, you guys, is perfect for spring. It smells very fresh and floral. It's a floral green perfume. It kind of embodies that springtime, crisp, slightly cool but warm weather. You know, that crispness really in the air, that crisp freshness in the springtime. This perfume is like the embodiment of that. It's just beautiful. I can actually smell it right out of the bottle, but I'll still spray it just for the sake of the video. Oh yeah. That's spring in a bottle, you guys. Spring in a bottle. You can wear this in the summertime. There's something crisp and green about this perfume that's more appropriate for the springtime. This is a very interesting fragrance, you guys, because when I first ordered it a while ago and it arrived and I smelled it for the first time, sprayed it for the first time, there was something green about this, but not the typical green that I was used to. There was a typical green in there too, but something quite I couldn't put my finger on. And then I looked up the fragrance notes. I'm like, yeah, there it is, cannabis. So this has cannabis in it, you guys. It is a very aromatic, floral, green, cannabis, rose, soft, spicy, earthy, warm, spicy fragrance, you guys. It's got this really fresh, minty fresh opening. Well, because there's mint in the opening. It's very kind of minty fresh. When you first spray it, it's like, you know. And in the middle you get rose, which is, it's a very pretty green rose that's in here. And there's carnation, which adds this very different kind of touch to it, like floral, that's floral that you can't quite put your finger on, you know, because you don't get carnation in very many fragrances. And then there's cannabis in the middle, and in the base you get vetiver, which kind of gives it that earthiness to it, and then there's amber that gives it a little bit of an edge, so it really rounds it up. It's very minty, fresh, crisp, yet aromatic, floral, kind of rosy fragrance. It is a perfect fragrance for the springtime. Works really well with spring weather. Florabotanica by Balenciaga. Next, I have something super pretty in a very different way. This, I would say, is one of the most unique fragrances that I have in my collection, and quite honestly, I can't wait for the springtime to come to wear this fragrance. And I only like to wear this fragrance in the springtime, you guys. I mean, yeah, it's a very small window. This is a perfume that I like to wear just in the springtime because I think it performs the best in springtime. I think it complements spring weather, and I don't think the other seasons do justice to this perfume, quite honestly. It is Insolence Eau de Parfum by Guerlain. So this fragrance, you guys, smells like violet candy. Smells like violets, but there's this beautiful freshness, like a fresh breath of air to it. It's like violet candy that smells like a fresh breath of air, if you can wrap your head around that. Some people like the eau de toilette version of this, you guys. I like both. I heard Gabrielle Francesca here on YouTube describe this perfume as something that smells like if you got lost in the forest, in the woods, and a bunch of fairies found you, and they were like, oh, dirty human, you know, you need a bath. And if they bathed you, you would smell like this. If a bunch of fairies bathed you in fairy water, that's what this smells like. And you know what? That's a good description, actually. It just kind of transports me to this sort of fantasy fairyland, you know? There are basically three accords that I'm getting from this. It's violet, iris, and powdery. And they're all, you know, the powderiness comes from those blue, purple flowers, violet, iris, really very much make perfume smell powdery. So it's a very powdery, pretty scent. Very girly, very pretty, very much like fairy-like. Good description, Gabriella. The only notes in here are those blue, purple flowers, you guys, violet, iris, and then there's that powderiness from it, like powdery notes. And then there's some kind of berry in it, and yeah, that's it. It's just the way it smells. It smells a lot more than that. Like, you don't really guess there's only 4 notes in here. Look at this bottle, you guys. Isn't that pretty? It's like this frosted, pretty glass bottle with that like violet, lilac looking juice inside. Look at how pretty. It's one of the most unique fragrances in my collection, you guys. I can't wait for springtime to come to wear this perfume. I feel like a fairy when I wear this fragrance. It is Insolence by Guerlain. So next I have another favorite of mine from the C line of Giorgio Armani. You guys know I love all C perfumes. I mean, I talked to you about C and C Intense the most. I've talked many times on my channel about those two, but I don't think I've ever talked about this, you guys, and I've had this in my collection as long as the other two. So this is C Fiori by Giorgio Armani. This is one of my favorite fragrances to wear in the springtime, you guys. This like really works with that beautiful crisp spring weather with that floral scent in the air, the first flowers coming out. So pretty. Again, you can wear this in the summertime as well, but to me there's a slight coolness about this perfume that I like, that works really well with that crisp, cool air in the springtime before it gets too warm. Oh yeah, pretty, you guys. These are all pretty scents, really. Like the spring fragrances tend to lean pretty, like not the really syrupy, thick, dense, sexy type fragrances. These are very light, airy, ethereal, sort of green perfumes. This fragrance also has that signature blackcurrant note in the opening, just like the other two C perfumes, which I adore. Love that blackcurrant note. Is so like fruity and fresh at the same time. Fruity fresh, you know? So it's fruity, citrus, floral, vanilla, rose. There's little slight bit of edge with musky accord in here. There's white florals in here. There's slight bit of woodiness in here. There's like some fresh spiciness. This has blackcurrant, mandarin orange, rose, neroli, and there's patchouli. Like there's vanilla, musk, oak moss. Gorgeous floral perfume, but with a little bit of an edge at the same time. But it feels very fruity, floral, fresh. I think it's more appropriate for springtime, you guys, when the weather is still a little cooler than summer. I think C would do better in the summertime than C Fiori. You can wear this in the summertime, but I think it's perfect for the spring. You can wear all three of them in the springtime, but I wanted to specifically talk about C Fiori because it kind of embodies springtime. C Fiori by Giorgio Armani. Next I have a perfect springtime perfume from the house of Lancome. This one is La Vie est Belle Éclat by Lancome. So this one, you guys, so I also have the La Vie est Belle, the original, and I have La Vie est Belle Intensement. So yeah, La Vie est Belle Intensement would be a good spring perfume. Oh yes. This is like the white floral, powdery iris kind of cousin of the La Vie est Belle family. This is a white floral, iris, powdery, citrus, sweet, woody fragrance. La Vie est Belle, the original, is best worn, I think, fall and winter times. You can wear it all year round if you want. That one actually can be a signature fragrance if you want to make it. But it would be a little bit heavier for the summer and spring because of that praline note and all that in the original. This one has a very fresh opening with freesia, bergamot, and mandarin orange, I think. There's a bunch of white florals like sambac jasmine, orange blossom, and then there's iris, which is where the powderiness comes from. And then you also get, you know, vanilla, sandalwood, and patchouli. So it has patchouli, so it lasts long. It is a perfect springtime fragrance. There's that pretty kind of powdery citrus touch to this perfume, which is perfect for spring weather. Lovey a Belle Eclat. Next one is the most beautiful tuberose white floral pretty scent. I just talked about it in my last video actually, but this is the perfect springtime fragrance to me. This is Giorgio Armani My Way. I'm not going to talk too much about this, you guys, because I just talked about it in my other video. I'll link it up here and down in the description box. This one is a beautiful tuberose, bubblegummy, pretty, oh, so pretty. It smells just like what the juice looks like. It's like a very pretty, soft, gorgeous scent. It's an animalic white floral tuberose citrus scent. It has orange blossom, bergamot, tuberose, jasmine, vanilla, cedar, Virginian cedar, I think, and musk. Slight bit of hint of musk that gives it that little bit of edginess, though it's pretty. It's like this bubblegummy tuberose. This tuberose in here, you guys, is one of the prettiest tuberose ever, because the tuberose in here really works beautifully with that Indian jasmine in here. It's a very like soft, almost creamy tuberose with that jasmine. Very pretty, very kind of slightly bubblegummy type of fragrance, you guys. I just love the way this smells. I feel so pretty when I wear this fragrance. I feel like a pretty girl. I'm not a girl anymore, but you know, that's what I feel like when I wear this fragrance. Giorgio Armani My Way. Next, I have one of my favorites to wear in the springtime, you guys. This perfume gave spring its name. This has that green note in there that works really well with that spring weather. I don't think this is that great for the summertime because there's a sister of this that is perfect for the summertime. I've also talked about that one. Before I ramble on further, let me tell you who she is. This is Delina by Parfums de Marly. So this, you guys, is the perfect rose scent for the springtime. Oh, I'm not gonna spray this one either because, you know, you can smell it over here. And same with Giorgio Armani My Way. I don't even know why I keep spraying that fragrance. This is beautiful. This is one of my favorite rose fragrances. And as you guys know, I have all three Delinas. I have Delina Exclusive. I have this one, the original Delina. And then I also have Delina La Rose. But I will tell you that I'm going to save Delina La Rose for my summertime video because I think that one is very aquatic, fresh type of rose. That in my mind is more even better for summertime. Aquatic fragrances really work well in the summertime. You can wear that in the spring too, you guys, but I think Delina, the original, is better for springtime because of the fact that in the hot weather, this is not gonna be as great. It'll still work, but it would perform even better in the springtime. So this, as you guys know, this has Turkish rose. There's that rhubarb note. The greenness comes from that rhubarb note. It's like that beautiful rose with that like greenness kind of cutting through. It's really beautiful. And I love the perfumer of this fragrance, you guys, Quentin Biche. He is a master. He is a genius. So good. It is Parfums de Marly Delina. The next perfume is a white floral fragrance that I really love from a house that I really love. It is Déjà Vu 57 by Kayali or Kayali. So this one is a beautiful white floral scent. Perfect for springtime, you guys. There's a freshness about this fragrance. By the way, the sprayer is amazing in these fragrances. Oh, Kayali fragrance. Oh, yes. It's a very white floral, tuberose, powdery, sweet, woody, vanilla, patchouli, sweet, warm, spicy, balsamic fragrance. This has the most beautiful, my favorite white florals, you guys. This has tuberose, jasmine, orange blossom, gardenia, and there are fruity notes like nectarine and pear in here. There's patchouli, vanilla, sandalwood, and cashmere, and I think in the base. It's beautiful. Very ethereal, light, fresh fragrance for springtime. You can wear this in the summer as well, you guys. It is one of those fragrances that you can wear both in the spring and summer times. It is Déjà Vu 57 by Kayali. Next, I have one of my favorite fragrances of all time. One of my favorite fresh rose fragrances of all time. I discovered this fairly recently. I actually did 2 videos with this fragrance in it. There was a video I did testing luxury fragrances, and then I hauled this, and that haul video I will link up here as well. This is none other than Oud Rose Intense by Fragrance du Bois. Guys, this fragrance, this is such a unique rose. You can't even really say it's rose because it's a very minty, fresh type of rose. It's really hard to describe. It's a very airy, beautiful, fresh rose in here. I don't have anything like this in my collection except this. It's a truly unique fragrance, you guys. It smells like a luxury hotel. Like, what by luxury I mean luxury hotel. It smells like a very rich person coming out of the most luxury hotel. That's what I think of when I smell this fragrance. This smells like $1 million, you guys, honestly. It's a very crisp rose that's perfect for the springtime air, that crisp air, you know? It's a very fresh, spicy rose, citrusy, fruity, oudy, you know, oud, woody, powdery, warm, spicy, sweet scent. It has a very fresh, fruity, citrusy opening with that bergamot and the fruity notes. Then you get that rose, geranium, amber, sandalwood, and then you get that oud. The oud in here is very, very subtle. It's not like hit you in the face kind of oud. Very fresh. Even though there's oud in it, it smells very, very fresh. Very beautiful. It is something that you can wear throughout the year if you want to. But to me, this kind of embodies that spring weather with that freshness in the air, the crisp air, the slight coolness still that's lingering, although the weather's getting warmer, you know what I mean? So it's perfect for that weather. So this is Fragrance du Bois Oud Rose Intense. Next one, you guys, I just talked about this in my previous video. I linked that video already up here. My favorite designer fragrances video. Well, this happens to be one of my overall favorite fragrances, you guys. It is perfect for the springtime and you can wear it in the summer too. But it's a very ethereal, beautiful yellow, white floral fragrance. It is Prada La Femme. Those beautiful white florals and yellow florals, you know, the frangipani in here is to die for. That frangipani is what comes through really, really well. Frangipani comes through with the white florals. This has like a honey accord in here. There's beeswax. So it kind of makes it a little bit of, kind of rounds it up, I guess. Instead of it being just like a boring white yellow floral, you know what I mean? It gives it this sexiness to it. It's kind of powdery, slightly soapy, but I don't really think it's that soapy, you guys. It's a floral, yellow floral, white floral, honey, beeswax, powdery, tropical, woody, animalic scent. And the animalic comes from the beeswax. This has gorgeous yellow florals in here, you guys. This has frangipani and ylang ylang, which makes it smell more yellow floral. And then there's tuberose, there is iris, there's bergamot, magnolia, there's vanilla, beeswax, and vetiver in here too. The vetiver gives a slight earthiness to this. This is perfect for the spring weather, you guys. You can also wear this in the summertime because of the yellow white florals in here. It is Prada La Femme. I only have one slightly gourmand fragrance in this list, you guys, because gourmands usually are best for like fall and winter times, especially fall times. There are gourmands like this one that you can wear in the springtime. Summertime, not so much, But this one, when the weather is still slightly cooler, not so warm, the orange blossom in here, the neroli, all the beautiful white florals in here still shine through in the springtime. So it is none other than Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian. So this one, you guys, is the only, like I said, only slightly gourmand fragrance that I'm going to put in here. This, you guys, you already know, is an orange blossom honeysuckle fragrance. There's that sort of sugariness to this, sweetness to this fragrance. There's caramel in here, but this still works for the springtime when the weather is still slightly cooler than summertime, because there's the orange blossom in here that, and with neroli, that is so beautiful. Yeah, this is a beautiful spring fragrance, you guys. I think the best time to wear this fragrance is springtime, honestly. Orange blossom, the honeysuckle, the neroli in here. It's really beautiful for the springtime, you guys. Like I said, this has a big dose of orange blossom. There's neroli, there's jasmine, there's honeysuckle. There's bergamot, pink pepper in the opening, I think, with neroli. Like I said, it also has that huge dose of orange blossom, jasmine, honeysuckle. And then in the base, this has that sugar. There's a sugar note in here, you guys. There's slight bit of caramel. There is labdanum. There's, I think, vanilla, and then civet and musk in the base too. This smells like one of those Middle Eastern desserts with orange blossom in it. Beautifully sweet, and like has like that kind of like edible orange blossom honeysuckle kind of smell to it. Perfect for the springtime, in my opinion. Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian. So that's 10 fragrances, you guys, but I wanted to throw in an honorable mention only because this one is fairly affordable designer fragrance. People say that it's kind of a dupe for Parfums de Delina, but it really isn't. In my humble opinion, it isn't. But I see where they get the idea from. It has kind of a couple of the similar accords. The only reason why I'm putting this as an honorable mention is because, well, obviously I have more fragrances that I really love, and then there are even more up there in my room, but I wanted to include this because this is kind of like a more affordable yet a beautiful rose, perfect for the spring fragrance. The only reason why I'm putting this in as an honorable mention is because the longevity of this perfume is not very good. It sits closer to the skin after just a few hours. This is Oscar de la Renta Bella Rosa. A gorgeous fragrance, you guys. There's a crispness about this fragrance, which is why I think of spring when I smell this. It's a beautiful, crisp, rose, floral, powdery scent. It's a floral, rose, white floral, powdery, citrusy, soft spicy amber, iris, patchouli type of scent. I think this has spring pepper, mandarin orange. There's jasmine and rose, I think orris. And then there is patchouli, sandalwood, and amber. You know, the notes are all great, you guys. It's just the longevity. You know, it kind of surprises me because this has patchouli in it, but it doesn't last quite long on my skin, especially more than my clothes. So that's why I'm putting this in as an honorable mention. But it's a very pretty fragrance. It's very popular. I can see why people associate it with Parfums de Delina, but not, in my opinion, it really isn't a dupe. It is, you know, a decently priced, affordable designer fragrance that's still very pretty. The bottle is beautiful too. It has roses all over. So I think it's a great crisp rose for springtime. It is Oscar de la Renta Bella Rosa. So that's it, you guys. Those are my favorite springtime fragrances to wear. Please let me know in the comments down below what your favorites are for the springtime. Do you like mine? What are your thoughts? I always love to hear from you guys. It makes me very happy to hear from you guys. So please, like, talk to me. Let me know. What are your thoughts? Otherwise, I wouldn't know what your thoughts are. So let me know down in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell. I will see you guys in my next video.